Hey everyone, Gone Turbo here. In this video, I wanted to share two things with you guys. I've had a few folks question or ask about display enhancements and some of the issues that some people have been having. I wanted to just revisit the way that I layer through display enhancements and what seems to be working pretty well for me. So in the upper left corner, you'll see all effects removed. You're going to want to make sure that if you've been playing around with this, that you have removed all effects and that this message pops up. Then you know you're free and clear to start new effects. So when this little menu pops up here, at no point should you exit out of it. Just use the back option. So the first thing that I do is I choose preset 5, and that kind of takes away, as you saw right there, kind of the gray layer of Skyrim. And then I'm going to choose that back option to go back to the menu here. Cinematic options, I layer saturation or increase saturation 4 times. So 1, 2, everything in this shot here gets a little bit greener. And when I finish with saturation, you'll notice I'll go back up to the top and I'll click on back. I'm not actually exiting yet out of the whole menu here. I add a little bit of brightness just for a little bit more brightness. You're then going to go down to options and you're going to enable red, green, blue, and then click back, and then you'll be able to activate the red, green, blue options. And I layer blue tint 2 times. Now here you'll see in the upper left hand corner blue tint alpha 5 out of 255 and then 10 out of 255. So that's another indication that everything had been cleared originally if you're going back to layer any tint. So then again I click back. So I haven't this whole time exited out of this menu. You can save your settings, which I have done, and everything saves and works fine. However, if you start to if you play around with this and then go to load save settings, it does take a fair amount of time before everything is cleared and removed, and then your settings are then kind of loaded up again. So as you can see here, compared to the first original shot before we did all of this, everything's just a little bit more saturated. The kind of gray color is gone, and the lighting is nice and crisp, and the graphics are nice and a little bit more crisp and colorful. The other thing that I wanted to share in this video is something that I noticed that PC users can seem to pull off, and that's like a constant depth of field or depth of view. So if you go down to preset 28 and I select this, you'll watch what happens to the background. Everything will start to blur just like that. I really think the depth of field or depth of view is a really neat feature. However, it's not always a constant thing in the Xbox version. So this is just one way to get that effect in the background constantly. So it works really well when you are around foreground objects, but if you're standing on the edge of a hill looking out into the distance, all you're going to see is blurry background. But here you can kind of see how it makes everything have a little bit more depth. It's kind of really neat to play around Skyrim with this preset. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys first of all that preset 28 and what it can do to the background. It makes some really cool effects, and also just once again how I go ahead and layer those effects for display enhancements. And as you can see, you get a really good looking Skyrim display here. Alright guys, I really appreciate you checking out my video. Thanks.